Hi Smriti. Just now I was thinking about you only. Good evening, Sanjana. Yes, you're the fun first. Correct only. Now look here. In today's class, what we are going to understand is we are going to do vector related questions and we will be understanding the vector initial phases. So vector initial phases, last class I have discussed many things about vectors. In that part, we have discussed some important sections of vectors. In that important sections of vectors, we have studied about how support sense will be there. Yes, Yashmita, good evening, beta. Support sense and what you call length will be there. That part we have studied. About magnitude of a vector we have studied. Now, basic sections of a vector, like if somebody will be giving you what is co-initial vector, what is co-terminal vectors, everything we have done, co-planar vectors, parallel and linear, everything we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, so now what next we are going to do here is we will solve some questions, but before solving up some questions, I'm just telling you about some of the laws of what you call some of the laws of vector. The most important part is, okay, the most important part is here, please check this one out. So if two vectors are represented, so parallelogram law and triangle law I am going to teach you. Okay, so whenever vector you are writing, first few things as a basic section you remember. So when you will be writing a vector, a b vector, and you are putting this arrow, okay, basics first I am going to start with. So that means what, this will become the initial point and this will become the terminal point. The terminal point is that point from where the vector will be proceeding. So this will become the initial point and this will become the terminal point. Initial point and terminal point. That's the most important part of a vector. Okay. Now we will be going to the next section. So same way, whenever you will be writing this vector plus when you will be writing BA vector, then what will be the answer? So if AB vector plus BA vector you are writing, that means magnitude wise this is opposite. See, this AB vector means you are going from A and going towards B. But when you are writing BA vector, the moment you are writing BA vector, it will go from B to A. When you are writing BA vector means it is going from B to A. At that time, you will be writing it as how you are going to proceed. AB vector minus AB vector. So it will become 0. So it answer is coming as 0. This is most important part. So if AB vector plus BA vector is there, then it is coming as AB vector minus AB vector, and that part will become equal to 0. So AB vector plus BA vector. So how the initial and the terminal point are merging, that I am going to teach. So here either you can write like this, or the second thing how you are going to proceed in this questions as you can write AB vector plus BA vector will become AA vector, because this is terminal and this is initial. They both will merge together, it will give AA vector, and AA vector is nothing but same vector, means that part I have explained in the last class. So AA vector will become nothing but 0, null. It is coming as null. So it will become as 0. Null means 0. Very good. Good evening, Saurash. How are you, beta? Happy Diwali to all of you, and thank you so much for joining the sessions. I hope you might have understood. So AB vector, now whenever you will be writing AB vector plus BA vector, it will become 0. Understood? So AB vector plus BA vector will become 0. Why? Because initial and terminal point will merge together and it will become 0. This is one of the most important point to be noted. Okay, Shivaranjani, good evening, beta. Fine. So this is exactly one thing we are understanding. Now look here. This is the first basic sections of vectors I am teaching. And then we will learn every single part of vector I am going to explain. So now look here, beta. First part is if somebody will be asking you triangle law. So what is triangle law? First I am going to teach you. So in the triangle law of addition of vector. So first I am going to write triangle law of addition of vectors. Triangle law of addition of vectors. How triangle law? Yes. So triangle law of addition of vectors. So if somebody will be asking you about triangle law of addition of vectors, how you are going to do triangle law of addition of vectors? Just don't get that is the habit only. Everybody is celebrating, no problem. We morning time I didn't got time now. I was cleaning house, so only I was unable to take class. No problem. So now look here. We must not get distracted. That's most important. So here triangle law of addition of vector part will be there. So when triangle law of addition of vector part, I am going to first explain. In this section how we are approaching, you just see. I am going to draw the three sides of a triangle. Basic section you remember. Now what is triangle of addition of vector? In simple way you remember. This is A, this is B and this is C. Done. Now A, B, C section you have done. Now you put arrow A to B, B to C. A to B, B to C. See, the arrow is exactly proceeding like this and then this part will come like this, resultant. So this is exactly what AB, BC, AC. AB vector plus BC vector, it will give AC vector. This is exactly called as triangle law of addition. So it is triangle law of addition. In triangle law of addition, basically what is happening? In this section, this will become the co-initial. So this is initial, co-initial and this is considered as co-terminal. This part will be considered as co-terminal and this section is considered as co-initial. Okay. So co-initial and co-terminal part will be there. I repeat, this section is called as what beta? Co-initial, because here two vectors are coming out from here. Two vectors are coming out here. From here it is called as co-initial vector. And here two vectors are going to merge together. So since the two vectors are merging here, it is called as co-terminal vector. Okay. So for triangle law of addition of vector, one co-initial must be there and one co-terminal vector must be there. Co-initial part means where the initial sections are exactly giving two vector. Co-terminal means where they are joining. So this is the basic section. For triangle law of vector addition, one co-initial and one co-terminal will be there. But in simple way, how we are going to use it, that's the most important part. So how we are going to use it? So in the coming time, in simplest format we are going to use. If somebody will write PQ vector plus QR vector, directly you write PR vector. Understood? Why? Because this is terminal, this is initial. Merging together, PR is coming as resultant. You write like this. Okay. So if somebody will be giving you EF plus FG, what is the answer here? EF vector plus FG vector will become what? EF vector plus FG vector. What it will become? EF vector plus FG vector. So if EF vector is there and FG vector will be there, then EF plus FG, what it will become? Come on, say beta. EF plus FG, what it will become? EF plus FG. Directly, this is terminal and this is initial. So when terminal and initial will merge together, it will become EG. This is triangle law. Okay. Again, one more time I am doing. Just write the part, please. So here it is PR vector plus RS vector. What will be the answer? What will be the answer here? Absolutely correct, Smriti. So here it will become PS. It will come as PS vector. So this is exactly the most PRRS. So RR will merge together. It will become PS. It will become what? PS vector. Understood. So this is exactly considered as triangle law of vector addition, and this we are using in the entire vector section. Okay. So this is one of the most important part. Now this part we are using very continuously in the vector section. This you must remember always. Yes. So this is exactly called as what? Beta? Triangle law of vector addition. This is considered as what? Triangle law of vector addition. So now we are going to do another work. See, vector addition is commutative. They are not asking these type of questions. Parallelogram also resultant vector. How we are going to write resultant vector? So parallelogram law of vector addition is also there. So look here, how we are doing property of parallelogram. You know now, parallelogram property is very ideal to understand triangle law. How it is very ideal to understand triangle law? Just see the arrows and try and understand. So I draw on parallelogram. See, in normal parallelogram, you are saying that opposite sides are parallel and opposite sides are equal. In normal conclusions, what you are writing? Opposite sides are parallel and opposite sides are equal. Like that you are writing. So here also, opposite sides are exactly parallel. So this part will be parallel, but in vector format, what you are supposed to write here, that this arrow is going, if it is a parallelogram, then the arrows remains the same. Okay, so if it is a parallelogram, then the arrow remains the same. You need to write, focus on the arrow section. So beta, if this arrow is going like this arrow also will be coming like this. If this arrow is coming like this, then this arrow is coming like this. That's it. You need to understand this is exactly a parallelogram and the arrow will be exactly continuously forwarded. So now here we will start with this A, B, C, D. Just touch this arrow. Now here, if this section is taken as A vector and this section is taken as B vector, then how we are going to proceed and write? If this section is coming as A vector and this section is coming as B vector, then how we are going to proceed, beta? We are going to proceed it as A vector. See, we will write it. How we are going to write? AB vector plus BC vector. So AB vector plus BC vector, when you are going to write, what it will become, beta? It will become B and B will merge. It will become AC vector. So this is AC will become the resultant. AC will become the resultant part. AC will become what? AC will become the resultant section. But how AC section we are going to write? That means this and this will get added and it will give you AC. Now look here, beta. Simply just check this one out. It is not going to be a tough work. AB plus BC. What is your AB vector? AB vector is A vector. What is BC? BC vector is B vector. So this is coming as AC vector. So AC vector is written as A vector plus B vector. This is exactly the simplest section we are going to remember. So please remember this part. 100% you will top, beta. Just have the determination alive. You can do it. So now look here. This arrow is same. So this will become B vector. And this arrow is same. So it is coming as A vector. If we will add these two together, this part is same coming. So please remember, yes, solutions I will be giving. Don't worry about it. Just relax and do. You can reach the state level. Problem is only one. Our fear must be there. Fear must be there. If fear is not there, means fearless exams means success will not come. So the first important thing is having fear. Okay. AB vector plus B vector is coming as AC vector. So this is the most important part. Kindly focus this section. AB plus A vector plus B vector is coming as AC. Understood? So resultant. So this is exactly one of the part of triangle law of vector addition part. Now in addition sections, there are certain properties of vector that must be satisfied. Now certain properties of vector. If somebody will be asking you about properties of vectors, just check this one out. What in all are the properties of vectors? So properties of vectors. So we will need to understand properties of vectors. First though, vector addition is commutative. Vectors addition is commutative. Vectors addition is commutative. Vector addition is commutative means A vector plus B vector will be equal to B vector plus A vector. That's what. In multiplication you can't write. Hello Harnoor. So look here, in multiplication you can't write, right beta, but you in addition you have to write A vector plus B vector is equal to B vector plus A vector. That is considered as commutative. Commutative is of two types. One is for addition, another one is for multiplication. So when you will be writing for addition beta, you will write A vector plus B vector, but when you will be writing for multiplication, it will become product. Product means A vector into B vector. That part we will do in product of vectors. So cross product and dot product is there. That time we will be discussing, but right now we are just giving preliminaries of vector. So I'm just explaining like a very scratches. I'm just explaining from the very simple method. Okay. So till now what we have studied, all this will be acting as a base content for you for solving the question. So I'm not at all speaking very tough. I'm just explaining to the very easy section part so that you can understand it in a very simple way. Now beta, next part is considered as vector addition is associative. Vector addition is associative means given A vector plus B vector plus C vector will be there. You see the bracket, how the bracket is approaching. So it is coming as A vector plus B vector plus C vector. So this is exactly considered as vector addition. Vector addition. So A vector plus B vector plus C vector is equal to A vector plus B vector plus C vector. So this is exactly considered as associativity. This is considered as what? Associativity. Associativity means vector addition is associative. Vector addition is what beta? Associative in nature. We need not to prove because they are not asking this proof. Okay. Subtraction of vector, whenever they will be asking you about subtraction of vector, how we are going to initiate for subtraction of vector, that is very important to remember. For subtraction of vector, what we need to do, please check this one out. Subtraction of vector means when you are taking any vector, A vector, okay, now this is exactly coming from O to A. See, before explaining, Rajendra, good evening. Yes, good evening, sir. So here, whenever we are going to talk about subtraction section, that time we need to understand vector part. That time we need to understand. That time we need to understand vector section. So that part exactly going to written as like this. So we need to understand. We need to understand some very important sections here for vectors. I am repeating this part. Please just understand this one. So when somebody will be asking you this vector addition, so OA is there and I'm going to add. So which section I'm going to add? I will add in this side. Now look here. I'm doing like this. So this is exactly considered as B. Now arrow you see. I'm giving arrow from O to A. Now I'm giving arrow from A to B. So this is considered as B vector. Now if I want negative of it, so AB, so this section will become A to B, so this part will become opposite. So this section, if it is taken as B vector, then this part will become minus B vector, and this is exactly considered as negative of a vector. So negative of a vector, magnitude wise also you will be checking that magnitude will be same. So here if resultant is coming, can you understand here? So this arrow, see, one initial and one co-terminal, understood? So here this part will become A vector plus B vector. Now here if you will be exactly adding this one, it will become A vector minus B vector. I hope you might have understood. So this one will be coming as A vector. Check this one out. So I'm just drawing it with different color. This section is coming and this section is coming and this part is coming. So this is resultant, it is coming as A vector minus B vector, and this part is coming as A vector plus B vector. I hope you might have understood. So one section is coming as no. So one section is coming as plus part, one section is coming as minus section. I hope you might have understood. So this is addition of vector and this is subtraction of vector. A vector plus B vector and A vector minus B vector. Okay? I can understand, पटाखों की आवाज आएगी, but study is more important. Okay, now we will be solving some questions related to the preliminary sections. I hope everybody is listening me. I hope everybody is there in the class. Trikalkundam students, seriously, I am going to take some action. I am taking class today and none of them are. Now look here, first important thing we are going to this. Now second section we are going to start. Now I am seeing some questions. So one vector is given to you. So when a vector is given to you like this, now, hello Krish. So now understand part. You see the terminal section. This is A, this is B, and this is C. Okay. Now this part is A vector, this part is B vector, and this part is C vector. Did you notice one thing? Whenever we will be writing like this, they are telling that you need to prove. So this is exactly the vector given, and they told that this is B vector. Beta, for resultant na A vector plus B vector, Yes, Kishore. Yes, Kishore. Thank you for joining the session, Kishore. This is very important section of vectors I am teaching you. So please kindly inform all the students to be in the class. Okay, now look here. We are going to understand this. What they are telling here is Darunesh, good evening, Darunesh. Thank you for joining the session, beta. So now look here, A vector, B vector, C vector. Three vectors are there given. Now they are representing the sides of the triangle taken in order. You need to, Darunesh and Darunesh, both are there. Nice to meet both of you together. So now look here, beta. A vector plus B vector plus C vector equal to 0. How to prove that A vector plus B vector plus C vector is equal to 0? This is what you have to prove. Namaste Naresh. Name? Okay. So all the three vectors sum should be coming equal to 0. That you need to do. A vector plus B vector plus C vector is equal to 0. Now how we are going to proceed, beta? Now understand this. They told. So we are going to take A vector, B vector and C vector. Now A vector when we are taking, AB vector when we are taking, anything we can write A vector, B vector, C vector. For your convenience, we can write here A vector, B vector, but I wrote like this. Okay. Now A vector. A vector is BC. BC we wrote. Done. Now B vector is CA. CA we wrote. Now C vector. C vector will become what? AB vector. So now look here. AB vector 0. LHS part we are taking. A vector plus B vector plus C vector. LHS section I'm taking. I'm going to take LHS section of it. So LHS means A vector plus B vector. I'm writing in systematically. We need to prove this. Prove that A vector plus B vector plus C vector is equal to 0. Hi sir. So now prove that A vector plus B vector plus C vector is coming as 0. Okay. Now LHS section will be A vector plus B vector plus C vector. So A vector is BC vector, BC vector, B vector is CA vector and C vector is AB vector. I told you now initial and terminal point will merge together. So this terminal and initial will merge together. What it will become? BA vector. Done. Now merge together. So B, C and C merge together. So it is coming as BA vector. Now here A and A will merge together. What will come as? BB vector. BB vector is nothing but 0 and that is equal to RHS. So that was nothing. That was nothing. I just wrote in the most shortest way to finish it. OA, OB, that is called as position vector. I am not going to position vector. Position vector is different and this is exactly coming as 1 minute. I'm going to explain that one, Naresh. Just 1 minute. Yeah, the sound is gone. See, Rajendra, whosoever you are, his name is what I don't know. Please understand one thing. This is exactly called as, yeah, I'm going to repeat this part. So please understand one thing. First part is, what dress you are telling me to wear means I will not wear. Okay, means whatever color and all thing, I don't believe in all those things. Second part is, when we will be doing for triangle section, so I am using triangle law, I am not using position vector. When we use position vector, we relate everything with origin. Okay, and that time we are writing AB vector will be written that time AB vector will be written as OB vector minus OA vector. That's about position vector, and position vector is also coming from triangle section. So when you will be relating everything with the origin, that time you can do it. Okay, but here without direction, I just told you that I'm just following this direction and I'm writing like this and I'm proving it equal to 0. So that part I have already explained. So A vector plus B vector plus C vector is there. So here AB plus BC. So I merged this one. Simple way of learning triangle law I told. You do one thing. First, you tell me. I will listen you, and after that, I'll proceed. Samjhao. Come on. So I hope you might have understood this part. So what I'm doing here is I just wrote A vector, B vector, C vector, and just, yeah, if I will repeat it, it will become B, and that's what I have done. Yeah, that's what also now. See, if I will do CBCA, it will just reverse back, reverse back. AB vector is negative of BA vector. That's not a problem. Just few seconds before itself, I have given the explanation in that section. I have explained about negative of any vector. हाँ जीरो आ जाएगा डायरेक्टली इट विल कम हाँ BB vector is also zero vector na any point which is exactly not having anything it will become CC vector is equal to 0. So I just merged this part AB vector BB vector is coming as and BB vector is also coming as 0. So there are different methods of solving. You need to understand that. One method is this one. Another method I solved is I just resolved this one. It is called as resolving. Okay, I resolved it. Yeah, I resolved it. Directly I resolved it. I hope you might have understood this one. So if you will be wishing me, I will solve by that method also. That's also not a very big thing. So BC plus CA will become BA. See, BC plus CA. Again, see, when you will go till here, understand this. BC plus CA when you will do, it will come BA vector. BA vector plus AB vector. You will do a negative of it means minus BA vector. Minus BA will become 0. That also is possible. Na? I did it. I did it. That method also is possible. We can. Now you are happy? Zero नहीं मिलेगा. So AB plus BA directly will write. सर्कुलर मोशन पे जो आप बीबी कर रहे हो वो फिजिक्स में चलता है सर्कुलर मोशन में डिस्प्लेसमेंट जीरो होगा दैट्स करेक्ट ओनली नो प्रॉब्लम बट आई डिड लाइक दैट ओनली आई रोट जस्ट बीबी वेक्टर ओके this section I have just explained it otherwise we can do by another method also now so here what I did here is BC plus CA BA vector will come triangle law that's also is going to come but BB vector can come. That is triangle law. I used triangle law there. BA vector plus AB vector will become BB vector. BB vector will become BA plus AB. Ayo. BA plus AB is equal to triangle law will become BB vector. That is too much. Now look here. We will go for, just don't waste time like that. We will go for the next question, children. Please kindly pay attention for this question. So here, one question is given to you. Let's find this question. We'll solve this question. That is too much. Whatever is your name, that is too much. Jokes apart is different, but at the time of teaching, this is too much. If the sum of two units if the sum, write down please everyone, if the sum of you do one thing, you come my home, I will teach you. That's the only thing left. If the sum of two unit vectors is a unit vector, write down. If the sum of two unit vector is a unit vector, if the sum of two unit vector is a unit vector. I have applied the equal formula. Is a unit vector, so you know that I am going to beat you, correct? Nice. So now please pay attention here. If the sum of two unit vector is a unit vector, okay, prove that the magnitude of their difference, prove that the magnitude of their difference Prove that the magnitude of their difference is root 3. Prove that the magnitude of their difference is root 3. Prove that the magnitude of their difference. I am accepting your point and I am writing my point. I told I am using this property. I am not at all going to your physics section. I am just writing that part and I am just writing. Okay. You proceed in your way, I am proceeding in my way. But that's not a problem. Just A vector plus B vector plus C vector, I did just addition and just triangle law in 2 times I applied and I made it equal to 0. We can't waste time in that. Okay, so if the sum of 2 unit vector is a unit vector, so if 2 unit vector sum is a unit vector, so let's draw this one, O, A, and then AB we are going to go. This is a unit vector. This is also a unit vector. So the sum of 2 vector is a unit vector. Come on. If the sum of 2 vectors is a unit vector. So this is the resultant going. So this is exactly A vector, B vector. The resultant is A unit vector, B unit vector. This is the sum of 2 unit vector. Now, beta, what they're asking here is, they are just asking you, the sum of 2 unit vector is a unit vector, then prove that the magnitude of their difference is root 3. So first work what we are going to do is, these two are unit vectors. We have done unit vector. This part is A vector. So direction I am writing. Direction writing means this part will become okay. Now we are going to go for the opposite side. Difference means opposite now, so we are going to extend it in opposite direction. This part is exactly going to go in opposite direction like this, and then this part is going like this. So this one will become A vector minus B vector. So they are telling the difference of their magnitude. So we need to find the difference of their magnitude, and after finding the difference of their magnitude, we need to prove it is exactly coming as what? We need to prove it is coming as root 3. This is the question. So this is a unit vector, this is another unit vector. The resultant of this unit vector is A unit vector plus B unit vector. Difference means this part will come. Here we will not write magnitude. After solving we will write magnitude. Okay. Now beta, here most important things are, see this question, how we are going to proceed. So now look here. We know that OA vector OA vector is equal to unit vector now. So OA vector is coming as unit vector, that is A cap. Done. Now AB vector is unit vector B cap. Now what is OB? OB vector is exactly A vector plus B vector resultant. Then what is the magnitude of it? So we are going to just write first magnitude part. So now magnitude of OA vector will become magnitude of unit vector, and magnitude of unit vector is 1. Similarly, magnitude of AB vector, it is coming as B vector, it is coming as unit 1. Then magnitude of OB vector, they told that the sum of the magnitude of 2 vectors, that is A cap plus B cap. What will be the magnitude of this vector? So the magnitude of this vector, because everything is exactly coming as 1, so here also it will come as 1. So this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. So if all the 3 sections are coming as 1, that means all the 3 sides are equal. All the 3 sides are equal. That means what we can say, I'm just writing out of magnitude. So here what it will become, OA is equal to OB is equal to AB. When all the 3 sides are equal, means the triangle is considered as equilateral triangle. So that means triangle OAB is equilateral triangle. So if it is an equilateral triangle, means this angle will become 60 degree. Done. So if it is an equilateral triangle, this will become 60 degree, and since this is extended line, this is a line little bit, so this part will become 120 degree. Come on. Understood. So if this section is 60 degree, this part will become how much? 120 degree. Now we need to understand that this is A vector, this part is A vector, this part is minus B unit cap, because opposite direction now. So once it will be, now this is equilateral triangle. So once you are drawing, no, this is not my personal number. So now look here, OA vector, OAB, this is my manager's number. This is not my number. No. So this is exactly going to be this part. So triangle OAB is equilateral triangle. So since this triangle OAB is equilateral triangle, so this triangle is considered to be an equilateral triangle. Okay. Now this section is this part when you are writing. So we will write it as B dash. Okay. Yeah, I don't have phone. So now look here, this is B vector, B, and this part will become B dash. Okay. So this is exactly 120. So now magnitude wise, if this part magnitude we are going to find, we'll name it as A. So this part magnitude we are going to find. So AB dash, AB dash, this is coming as minus this magnitude if we are going to find. So this value will also come as 1. So if this part is coming as 1, so magnitude wise, magnitude of minus B vector is also coming as 1. So now one more important point here is, given this section and this section both are equal, so this side will be equal to this side. Why? Because of the property of triangle. In property of triangle, what we are writing it as, OAB is written. So if this side is 1, this side is 1. That means sides are equal. So we know that this angle will be equal to this angle. This is the most important part. So this angle will be equal to this angle. Why? Because angles opposite to equal sides of a triangle are equal. Angles opposite to equal sides of a triangle are equal. That's the most important thing. Angle opposite to equal sides of a triangle are equal. So here this section is coming as A. That is magnitude wise, this is AB vector and this part is coming as 1. So that means this angle will be equal to this angle. So now we will write triangle in triangle. So since OA vector magnitude is 1 and AB vector this dash magnitude is coming as 1. So that is, so please pay attention here. So this part is coming as OA is equal to AB vector. So OA is equal to AB vector when you are writing. So in triangle OAB dash when you are writing, when you will be writing the section in triangle OAB dash, so this section when you will be writing, then this section and this part will come as 1. So in this triangle, what when we are writing, this is O, this is A and this part is B dash. So when you are writing in this section, magnitude wise this and this is equal. So this side will be equal to this side. Okay. And this is already 120 degree. So if we will take this X and Y, so X plus Y plus 120 degree is equal to 180 degree. So X plus Y is equal to 60 degree. Also X is equal to Y. Why? Because sides opposite, angles opposite to equal sides of a triangle are equal. So 2x is equal to 60 degree. So x is coming equal to 30 degree. X is coming equal to 30 degree. So this side is coming as 30 degree and this side is also coming as 30 degree. Understood? So this part is 30 degree, this part is 30 degree and this part is 120 degree. Fine. So when this total section is coming, now beta, our catch is not that part. Our catch is this is 60 degree and this is 30 degree. So total this part will come as 90 degree. Now you check, this section is coming as 90 because this side is coming as 30 degree and this side is coming as 60 degree. So total section is coming as 90 degree. So when total part is coming as 90 degree, means this is a right angle triangle. That's it. Story over here itself. This will become what? This will become a right angle triangle. So now this is A cap plus B cap. This part is coming as A cap minus B cap. this part is b cap minus b cap. So here magnitude wise this is 1 unit and this is 1 unit, and magnitude wise this is exactly considered as 1 unit. Okay, so now we are going to summarize this section. So summarization of this section, when we are writing, how we are going to summarize this section? So how we are going to summarize this section? You take care of this part. So B, A, B dash. So since we know that angle X is what? This part we have taken as X. So that is A, O, B dash is coming as X, and X is coming as 30 degree, and B, O, A, angle BOA is coming as 90 degree. So total angle BOB dash, sorry, 60 degree. So this part summation will come 90 degree. So this part is coming as 90 degree. So we are going to summarize it as, so therefore triangle BOB dash is a right angle triangle. Okay, so this part is considered as right angle triangle. They asked a simple question from us, and that question part was that the difference in the unit vector should be equal to root 3. The difference in the unit vector should be equal to root 3. So this part is exactly how we are going to proceed. So first in triangle BOB dash. So direct we are going to go in triangle BOB dash. So BOB dash we will be starting with what? BB dash we will write. So BB dash is hypotenuse now. BB dash will become hypotenuse section. So BB dash whole square. So we are going to take this as BB dash whole square is equal to OB square plus OB dash whole square, and this is what we are going to get the content here. So here it will come as what? OB dash, and this part is 1 and this part is coming as 1. So both will be exactly coming as 2 square, because hypotenuse section this part is 1 and this part is 1. So 1 plus 1 will become 2. So here it will become 2 square. This section will become 2 square is equal to OB. OB is exactly A vector A cap plus B cap. That part will be coming as 1 square plus OB dash whole square. So this part will become equal to 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1, it will become 3 is equal to OB dash whole square. Now you take root on both sides. So once you are taking root on both sides, square and this one will become magnitude. Magnitude of OB dash equal to root 3. So this section is nothing but A cap B cap magnitude is equal to root 3 units. That's it. Done. A cap B cap, okay, that will be coming as root 3 units. That's the most important part. I hope you might have understood this section. Till here it is okay. I hope you might have understood this part. How we are going to do, one more time I am going to explain this section. So now look here. In this part, one more time I am going to explain in the most shortest way so that you can understand this part. See, one triangle is given. This is exactly OA. Okay, this is A cap, unit vector, and this part is B. So this is B cap. Resultant will become what, beta? This will become resultant, and resultant will be sum of A cap plus B cap. Now negative of this one will go this side. This is coming as B cap minus. Okay, This is b dash, opposite of this. Magnitude wise, this is 1 unit. If you will find magnitude of it, it will become 1 unit. If you will find magnitude of it, it will become 1 unit. If you will find magnitude of it, this will become 1 unit. If you will find magnitude of it, this will also come as 1 unit. Now they are asking that, they're asking that difference of this, if this is a cap and this is minus b cap, so what is the difference of this? Difference of this will become a cap minus b cap. They're asking what is the magnitude of a cap minus b cap. What is the magnitude of a cap minus b cap? This is actually what they're asking from you, huh? So now for that question, now what we did, look here beta, this side is coming as 1, this side is coming as 1, and this side is also coming as 1. So that means all the three sides are equal. So since all the three sides are equal, it is what? It is an equilateral triangle. So all angles of it become 60 degree. This is 60 degree, this is 60 degree, and this is 60 degree. Now since beta this is opposite, AB is B cap unit vector, this one will become minus B cap. So opposite in direction. So if this is 60 degree, this part will become how much? 120 degree. Done. Now beta this part is 1 unit, this part is also 1 unit. That means this side is also equal to this side. If triangle this side and this side is equal, that means this angle will also be equal to this angle. So already this is 120 degree. Then remaining how much degree is left? 60 degree. 60 degree will divide equally 30 degree here and 30 degree here. Done. Now here 60 plus 30 total is coming as 90 degree. 60 plus 30 total is coming as 90 degree. That means final layout is, this is an equilateral, sorry, right angle triangle. This is an equilateral triangle and this total is coming as right angle triangle. The moment it is coming as right angle triangle, the moment I am getting it as right angle triangle, this part is A cap plus B cap magnitude, and this part is coming as what beta? 1 unit, 1 unit. Total unit will be coming as 2 units. So this part total unit is coming as 2 units. Now we will write unit wise. And this part is coming as 1 unit. And this is exactly 90 degree. So that means hypotenuse part will be exactly what? 2, and perpendicular part is 1. Now we need to find base. And our base is this difference between the 2 unit vector. Our base is difference between the 2 unit vector. So this part will be equal to, so directly we can say this section square will be equal to 4 2 square minus 1. So that is 3. So we will take root on both sides. Whenever we keep root, it will become magnitude. So A cap B cap magnitude is equal to root 3 units. Kishore, did you understood this one? Beta, everybody please tell me, did you understood this? I hope everybody understood this part. Like this is the simple layout I have. Smriti, very good beta. So this is exactly the most important section. This is one of the question, and you know what? Which year the question came? This question came in CBSE 2019. So 100% we need to solve this question because this question already came in exam. This question already came in exam. This is one of the most important question. I hope you might have understood. Till here, everybody understood. Come on, say, Kishore, did you understood? Come on, children, say, did you understood this part? Very good. Danish understood. Sanjana understood. Super, beta. Smriti understood. Kishore, did you understood, beta? Ritish, very good, beta. So now look here. I'm not getting distracted by unwanted distractions. That's waste only. We should be focusing into our work. So now look here, this is one question. Now another example questions, because whatever questions are there in board, that questions should be our priority. And this is one question which is very very important in board point of view. So 100% we are going to solve these type of questions to understand the contents. Okay, now section formula, very good beta. So understands Kishore, this type of questions are very very important, and we know which type of students are disturbing. They don't want me to teach here, so only they're creating like that, nothing else. I know them, how they are getting my numbers and all this. So See, look here, section formula. I'm going to explain section formula very, very nicely. But before section formula, one more question as a proof we are going to do. So now please focus into this proof question, because see, we never know in MCQ also, if they will give you this content, you must be able to write down this part. That's what is my concept here right now. Okay. Now I'm drawing something. You need to find the value, but purely you are going to find the value based on triangle law. Position I'm going to teach, but before that, based on triangle law, try to find. So vector drawn, it's like 298. I'm having one more class, so I'm going to wind up. Next class I'm going to teach. So tomorrow also I'm planning to keep one class, because see, more holidays are there, and vectors question is very, very needed. Either I'll go Triple Kundram, or I'll come here and I'll teach. Okay. So this vector first video and second video, why I'm making vectors video, because before exams we will be discussing some of the most important questions. That time these videos will be with you, and you will be getting the entire content of that videos. So it will be definitely helping you. So I'm winding up the class. I'm having one more class. So I'm winding up here. Bye everyone. Tomorrow again afternoon itself I'll finish the class, so that evening you can enjoy. Thank you, beta. Happy Diwali to everyone. Happy Diwali, Kishore. Happy Diwali, Ritesh, Sanjana, Darnesh, Darunesh, Smriti, Ajay. Happy Diwali. Happy Diwali, Himanshu.